What's going on, family? We back at it again with another day. You know what I'm saying? We in this mug. Today we got some legs, we got some quad focus. Back at it again with some training hard today. You already know how we're doing. Right now we on some hack squat. Like I said before, probably gonna get like 1 or 2 sets recorded. My lips are shiny. I put on some lipstick. But yeah, we gonna get like at least 2 sets in. We're gonna warm it up and go crazy and stuff like that. Today we woke up at 2:17. Then we did our check-in again today, because yesterday was also a refeed. Looked pretty full, I ain't gonna lie, looked pretty full. And then also when I bought some hash browns, like some little mini hash browns. Things like 50 calories. Yeah, like 50 calories, bro. Every 85 grams. And I do like 520, and that's like 300. 300 or something, 360. So I just split them up and put them in my thing, air fryer. Chef's kiss every time. But yeah, 2:17 this morning, looking full, not flat at all. I'm thinking probably like peak week, we probably gonna do like 300, 350. I think 350. Next week we're gonna try like get like 350 grams, see if we don't spill over or not. But we're gonna see how that looks and shit like that. But yeah, I'm finna warm it up and get started on this hack squat. Let's get it. Three. My second set was way better than the first one. First one I only got 8. And then second one I got 10. I left like probably like 1 in the chamber, 1 or 2 in the chamber. So yeah, I think the third one we're gonna snap for sure. But and he definitely gonna snap on that one. Whew. Oh man. Oh man. So this morning we did another check-in. We do 2 days back-to-back check-ins. And it seemed like we just maintaining fullness completely. We haven't been flat. We probably been flat 1 time. I ain't gonna lie though, I did start doing check-ins probably a little late, right? So like literally like sit there and analyze my body. Like never really did it at the beginning. I started probably like week 8. That's when I started doing the check-ins. Which I don't think it's that bad, but we started doing check-ins and to make sure that we're doing like, we're still full, we're not getting depleted like we did last year. Our muscles not becoming stringy, and our muscles not looking really flat, and we're not really trying to go to that flat look. Even though we flatten out over the course of low carbs, we try to stay away from getting completely fat. You know what I mean? Cause I always get carbs in, like I think I get like 100 to 130 on a daily. Let me see. So I make sure I ain't lying. Yeah. So Saturday 132, 145, 85, 110. So we'll say between 100 and 150. We should get that between on our low carb days, really. And we just stick to that, really. Like, and we just make sure, analyze, make sure we're working on, like we're getting the right amount of carbs during the refeed. So we played with like 200 before, and we played with 250, then we played with 300. And I think the most I ever got was like 344. And I look Now that was that time I would say, oh, they flat. But I would say like 350 would be a good spot. 400 is like OD, I feel like. Definitely OD. Another thing I wanted to talk about is like when you're like in a deload. I know I always talk about this, but usually when you're in your deload, you don't want to you don't want to go to failure during those times, you know, because by doing that, it's basically being counterproductive by still going to failure and not giving your CNS a rest. I always explain this like twice already. So make sure on the days where you're taking like a break from like leg work, from a long block, make sure that you just give your body the time to rest and just move. It's really just coming in here doing 50 to 70% or whatever weight you usually do. Or you can just come in here and just do one movement and just get some active recovery. Either one, don't really matter. Just don't overload your CNS again. But the purpose of a deload is to give your CNS a break, even if you feel good. You know? You don't need deloads though. Me, I like them, but they're not a necessity to your workout. You can just keep progressively overloading. Make sure you're doing everything right. Me personally, I don't know. I think it's like a placebo effect in a sense, but also it actually works. I don't know. I love deloads though. I love them because I be going overly hard. All right, let's knock this last one out. Ooh. Man, before I get on to the second set, I wanted to talk about how like I deal with like distractions and negativity, right? When I say negativity, I mean like in the aspect of like seeing other people and stuff like that, like kind of comparison. I feel like comparing yourself to someone also is a negative trait. And I still have that problem, but I'm way better than what I used to be. I used to compare myself to a lot of people, especially from wrestling. Like I used to get so frustrated with someone being better than me, not understanding that the work they put in was far longer than mine, and then also they just most likely more talented than me. So stuff like that used to get to me. Like, bro, I work harder than him. How did he get this? How did he get that? So stuff like that. So the same thing goes into the gym too, especially with social media. You have people on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. You see some of it like their physiques, and you be like, dang. Or their strength too, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things. And I consider that as like kind of a negative trait that I have, I feel like a lot of people have. It's just comparison. I feel like comparing yourself to someone else is somewhat, to a certain extent, is negative. So how I usually deal with that is just understanding that 9 times out of 10 they lifted longer than me. 9 times out of 10 they just have better genetics. And then, you know, sometimes even though I don't like to do it, but a lot of people just put in a lot of work, man. I don't believe that I'm the only hardest working motherfucker in this world, but it is other motherfuckers that actually put in work the same way I do, probably even more, you know? So it's like, you just always gotta take those into account. Just understand that as long as you're better than yourself than you were yesterday, cool, man. You ain't gotta worry about nobody else. Who cares what they're doing in the left and the right lane? You doing good in your lane. As long as you're going further than what you used to be, you're winning regardless. It can be financial, it could be physical, it also can even be mental. As long as you're doing better than what you used to be, you're winning. I promise you. Well, come on. Oh my God. Yep. One more. Oh my God. I wanted to talk about what's some of the reasons why I started or I want to pursue bodybuilding. I don't know, man. I've always had a nice physique, right? To other people, right? Ever since I started doing sports, they like, bro, Tim, you are big. And months of just doing football, right? When I first joined the football team, bro, I was already outrunning people. But my mom always kept us in the house and shit. Like, we couldn't go outside like that, and stuff like that. And then we also didn't have the money for me to play sports at the time. So when I started playing sports, my whole body just started changing. Like, I literally just started building muscle definition as soon as I touched the field, literally. Like, I wasn't even in the weight room. It was just genetically gifted and stuff like that, which I'm grateful for sure. So, all through high school, every year, bro, you getting bigger, especially when I started wrestling. Oh my Lord, cause I didn't really lift like that. The only time I lift was during the summertime when we had mandatory workouts for football. And then I work out, I do a lot of, I would say calisthenics with wrestling. We used to do a whole bunch of push-ups, sit-ups, and climbing a rope, and pull-ups too. So doing all those things. So I built up a pretty okay physique. In my school, though, I was the biggest dude there, without being like, you know what I'm saying, like huffy or husky, that's the word, husky. So coming up from high school, I was already big. And then when I got to college, I had some of the junior kids thinking I'm like 25, I always had a beard, but I was also had a big stature. So when I came, everybody thought I was like some not D1, but JUCO transfer or, you know, some big school transfer. But I was just a freshman coming from high school. And I was already naturally strong, so strength was never a problem for me. And then once I started going to college, I started getting stronger there because we had mandatory lifts every week. So we used to go there, we used to get stronger. Even my weightlifting coach said, bro, you're strong, you have a nice physique. I'm like, appreciate you. So the thought of doing bodybuilding never crossed my mind though. And yeah, it did. And then until I started getting into lifting in 2021 and like taking it serious, that's when I kind of took it into consideration, but I was really just trying to get big for wrestling and get stronger for wrestling because there were some guys that were stronger than me and I didn't like that. So I started lifting. Then as I lift more and more, I started to kind of fall out of love with wrestling a little bit because I wasn't getting the chance that I needed or I wanted. So I was just like, okay, we're just gonna lift. So as we lift, just started falling in love with it more and more. Then one of my friends considered doing bodybuilding. He had a coach and everything. He never competed though, but he told me about it. He was like, bro, you need to get on stage. I'm like, you know, I don't know at the time. I was probably scared. I don't know. But like at the end of 2024, I was like, I'm just gonna dive into this, bro. I don't care. I'm just gonna dive into it and just go crazy. That's what we're doing now. We're just gonna do it, man. See if we like it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. So we're gonna see how that goes. Well, I'm gassed. Oh, we got 2 more movements. Damn, I don't think I get it. We on the power squat, my bad. I forgot to tell you, yeah, we on the power squat. The one movement we used, either the belt squat or the constricted squat, or what do you want to call that crap? Power squat, whatever that crap is. That green thing we used last time we came over here, that's all taken. So we're just gonna do the power squat to finish off this workout. We're gonna get like two sets in. We're not gonna do 3. I'm not gonna lie, my legs are cooked. Those first 2 movements, like the hack squat and that leg press, kills me. Especially this deep into prep, bro. 2 sets is cool. 2 sets is cool. I ain't even finna hurt myself doing that crap. I don't know. Shit. Things will never be the same. Huh. The sweeter the shoes. I ain't gonna lie, that was a little too light. I'm gonna call that like a worker set. I'm in a warm-up set, not a worker set, work-up set. I almost ended up thinking that having my feet on this slope, let me show y'all. Have my feet up right on that thing right there. That was hitting my quads. But that's kind of like a hamstring bias thing right there. So I had to reposition my feet and just put my feet neutral. I I was gonna put one of them things that could put your heels up, but I don't really want to put metal on metal and it end up slipping and I fall. That's not gonna be good. Guys, man, some leg extensions, the last movement of the day. So, based off how deep we are into prep, how easy our body gets fatigued and how lean we're getting. So on the first two movements, like the squat and then also the leg extension or the leg press, we do at least 3 sets, right? But on the last two, we're gonna do either whatever we choose, either the belt squat or the power squat. And then leg extension, we're gonna do 2 sets. But we're gonna focus more on controlling the weight and just basically going to failure. You know what I mean? Not really going as heavy. Like I brought the weight down 10 pounds, I went down to 180 instead of staying at 190. And I'm just gonna focus on controlling the weight more and just pushing myself based off just building up fatigue. So, yeah. That's, like I say all the time, you know what I'm saying? Guys, sometimes you gotta step back, look, evaluate, look at what circumstances you have. Right now, my circumstances is prep. I'm deep in prep and I don't wanna hurt myself, and then also I don't wanna fatigue myself to the point where tomorrow or next leg day, I'm still fatigued, or I'm still feeling sore from this day all the way into next week, you know? So, just gotta, sometimes you gotta look at stuff like that. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it. Come on. Whoa, man, same. But yeah, nice little evaluation of like what we're doing, especially so deep into prep. You make sure you pay attention to all variables, because it's between not paying attention to variables and fuck around and over exerting yourself. You don't have to. When you're already losing a lot of energy, eating less food, doing so much earlier. So it's okay. Right now we're just trying to maintain as much muscle as possible that we gain from bulk. We're just trying to present it on stage. We're not really trying to put on. We are trying to grow muscle in a sense, but not to the extent of like we're in a bulk, you know? So it's like you have to pay attention to things like that. And just understand that you're trying to really, the main goal is right to What you working on today, Jess? That's it for today, guys. Oh man, I'm so tired. Like, oh man. But I miss you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. All we finna do is go up, man. Day by day. Take it day by day. And we're gonna keep going, we'll keep going, we'll keep getting leader. And we're gonna dominate this show. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe.